Hi, Sharada. Welcome to the Tax Lady podcast.
It's great to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, thank you. I like to ask tough questions, so I'm going to go ahead and just ask you for, another one of those. What is the best career advice that you would give to someone?
So one of my very favorite TED Talks is by a woman named Susan Colantuono. I'm probably butchering her name, and I apologize, Susan, if I am. It applies to everyone, but she is particularly focusing on the advice that women get over the course of their careers. And women tend to get advice that focuses on helping them grow as leaders and helping them grow as people managers. And that's 2/3 of the formula if you really want to move up into executive level roles. The third piece, which is really critical, is financial literacy and really deeply understanding the business that you're operating in so that you can help that business grow and you can help that business operate more financially sustainably or viably. And that side of the equation is not often talked about with women. And I would say over the course of my career, I grew up in finance, and so I always had exposure to that side of the business, but no one was really telling me or coaching me to help us learn how to grow the business from a revenue perspective. And if I think about all the people that are being elevated in their careers, they're coming out of sales, they're coming out of roles, product development, they're coming out of roles that are very focused on deeply understanding how the business makes money and how you can help that business take it to the next level. And so that's a very long way of saying the advice I always give people is to understand the business that you're operating in. If what you want to do is to grow into an executive leadership role, is don't just focus on the soft skills leadership and people management side, really deeply understand the mechanics and the financial structure of the business and figure out how you can help make recommendations for that business to continue to grow.
Yeah, I think it's very important to say that because, coming out of corporate myself, I think the track for any accountant or finance person is like you learn the cost side of the business first. I think they put you in, even in financial analysis, no matter what your title is. You could be senior financial analyst or junior or whatever your title is. But I think they throw you in the cost side. They really want, first of all, they want to save money on costs. So they want the analysis of that is that, people coming in and finding all of these like cost saving opportunities. So there's opportunity to learn and grow in the cost side too. But I absolutely agree that not a lot of the finance roles are structured where you are on the revenue side. You don't really work sales unless you're an executive, because then you're involved in, quoting your vendors or your customers or whatever. You're in the deal process. Yeah, I think that's very important for somebody who's striving to grow in a big company. The more I strive to grow in an organization or corporation, for me, I think the challenge for me is being a woman. I'll say that because, there's still this kind of like I don't want to say not fair, but there isn't the same inclusion as for male counterparts who work in corporation and how they're able to move in an organization. So for me, when I talk to somebody who works for CBRE and is in a managing director in that kind of role, how have you been able to, overcome all these obstacles? We talk about revenue and sales, getting into that, but, maybe a little bit more on the personal level. How have you been able to, manage everything? Can you share a little bit more on that experience?
Yeah, so maybe I'll first talk about how I manage it all. And I don't always, right? There are things I miss. There are things I'm not doing to the level that I would like to do, but I've learned to let it go and to not beat myself up about it. I'm really clear on what's important to me, and I'm really clear on what my values are. And so I try time is one of the few things we can't make more of, right? And so I try to be really clear about where I'm spending my time and making sure that how I'm investing my time over the course of the week and over the course of the weekends is aligned with what's important to me, either work or, learning and development or my family, whatever those things are for me. And I would say the second piece of that question, how have I navigated? Again, it hasn't been a straight path where I had it all figured out. I've made plenty of missteps, but I would say early in my career, I was able to grow fairly organically. Someone saw something in me and tapped me on the shoulder, and I was able to grow and to continue to evolve and learn. And that all worked out well. And I was very happy. But I had hit a level where I needed to take more ownership of my career and provide a bit more guidance, and again, make that ask. I would like to be this. I would like to learn that. Once I was able to articulate that and make that ask, people showed up for me to help me do that. And so as soon as I could say out loud, I want to be client facing, I want to be in a position where I can help us drive revenue growth and I can help us grow the business, I was able to work with folks in my network to say, how do I get from where I am and what I'm good at now? What roles can I bring that to where that's an asset, but I can grow and build on what I don't know how to do? And we were able to create a roadmap to get me into the role that I'm in today. And then the role I'm in today, I'm doing the same thing, thinking about what is that next step? What is that next role or next two roles that I want to grow into? And how can I lean on my network to make sure I'm building the skill set that allows me to get there? I think is what has allowed me to navigate regardless of who's around me and what the structures or kind of organic opportunities might be.
Yeah, for sure. Well, that's what I'm doing. And thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been great to be on.
You too. Thank you.
Take
Bye.
care. Bye.